feel like people think if somebody's your friend that you shouldn't pay them. But hello, I'm going to discuss in this video how I balance my corporate job and entrepreneurship. And your girl actually has a plan. I admitted this over on short form content, but your girl is going to become a full-time entrepreneur before December 31st, 2026. And I'm very scared. I'm very scared to admit that. There'll be a lot of nervous laughter throughout this. That's how I cope. But your girl, oh, if you don't know who I am and it's your first time clicking on this pretty face, thank you first. Thank you for coming into my home. Welcome. Take your shoes off, wash your hands, have a seat. Okay, wash your hands with soap. Thank you so much. My name is Lesline, and I am known as your favorite nurse yogi. And we are going to be talking some really scary things, but no, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can go from corporate America to entrepreneurship. And this is somebody at time of recording. It is July. What day is it, y'all? What day is it? It's July 8th. It's July 8th, 2026. And I'm scared as hell, but I want to share with you like being in it, right? I don't want to share with you this January 1, 2027. I made it. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And you're like, and because that's what messes me up. Let me just speak for me and mine. What messes me up with people sharing their highlight reel is that I think that they're overnight success because, and nobody, you don't have to show me. You don't have to show me your low moments, to each his own. But I want to show you the highs, the lows, all the in-betweens of building this out, right? So I'm going to share you 3 tips, unless I said that already, but we're going to share 3 tips, 3 things that I'm currently doing to go from corporate America to full-time entrepreneurship. So the first tip is you need to get a work from home job, okay? A work from home job, you need to get that. So if you're currently working a corporate job that is in office, and let me put this here. I need to drink some water. Let me drink some water. Your girl is hot. What is it? Global warming, climate change, whatever you want to call it. It's really hot. Okay. So if you have been in your expertise, I'm talking to a very specific group of people. If you have been in your expertise for 10 or more years, for example, I've been a registered nurse for 12 years. I've worked throughout multiple healthcare systems, right? And so that has given me the confidence, if you will, to start my business. I started my business, Lesline Does Wellness, where I show women how to put themselves first through yoga 5 years ago. Okay, currently it's 2026. So in 2021, I did my LLC. Okay, so you're following with me? So if you have been working your expertise for 10 plus years, if that be marketing, healthcare, those are the 2 things that are top of mind. Beauty, okay, like any type of industry like that, right? You are an expert. You are an expert, and it's time for you to find something work from home because you've gotten the experience already. You've dealt with patients face to face. You touched enough heads, doing hair. Do you see where I'm going? Like, you have the experience that you can do a work from home job. Because I want to say this: if you are like, this is your first job, you're in your you just finished college in your 20s, and you're like, I want a work from home job. No. You need to go be in the world, and then build up that experience before you work from home. But let me get back to the people I'm talking to. So you're going to get that work from home job. And I want to say this, you have to be responsible when you have a work from home job. Okay. And what I mean by that is this, you cannot be AFK, which means away from keyboard for 4+ hours doing your thing. You need to clock out. Okay? Clock out of the people's job, okay, let me really give you the weeds of things. So say you work 9 to 5 from home, right? Typically I'll talk for me, you get 2 15-minute breaks and you get a 30 to 60-minute lunch, right? What I do is I'm going to use those 15 minutes, and how my job works is the 15 minutes, like I don't have to clock out. So I'm going to use those 15 minutes to either brainstorm of, okay, what content am I going to post today? Because I don't batch. I I'm batching this right now. Like I did the short form, the reel for this, the short, and then now I'm doing the long form. So I have my second video of the week already. So I don't have to worry about this on Friday because today is Wednesday. And then I'm going to post the short form tomorrow, which will be Thursday. So like I have a little bit of strategy, and then also right now it's 1:36 p.m. I clock into my job at 2 p.m. So I'm using this time, and then grandma just picked up the kids. Do you see? So there's a lot of moving parts. So I'm like, okay, I have about less than 18 minutes to clock into the people's job. I'm going to use my time to work on Leslie Does Wellness, right? So you have to be I'm going to give myself more credit. I am strategic, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my time to work on my business, right? You also working from home, you have to be responsible with your time, right? And really be good with time management. So if you're somebody that struggles with time management, you probably should just have a job where you're in office, right? Or you maybe shouldn't start a business right now, okay? So I was also going to say, productivity. I don't know if I said this already, but productivity, whatever you're with work from home, that is how they measure success. So if you're not hitting your productivity, then they're going to be looking at you like white on rice. Because how else are they going to know you're working, right? They're going to think you're just sitting, you're away from the keyboard, and you have to make sure you're hitting that productivity. So that is tip 1, get you a work from home job. Tip 2, I'm currently doing all of these tips. I want it to be very clear. I'm in it with you, okay? Start paying down your debt, okay? Start paying down your debt. So if you are on this corner of the internet, you most likely have a corporate job and you have a business, and probably you've had that business for longer than me and you just had it on the back burner, whatever, right? And you get money here and there, but whatever. What I need you to start doing if you have debt is every time moving forward that you get money, you get a paid opportunity, this is what I've been doing. I'll take 10% of that. So if it's a $250 speaking engagement, 10% of that, $25 is going into my high yield savings account. And then I'm going to see if I can pay down something, any little thing, maybe I can't even pay it down, but I can throw $50 more on that credit card. So currently, like, I'm really getting into it with y'all. The next thing, I'm kind of doing the snowball method. I have a $331 upgrade card that I'm going to use. I recently got a $2,000 brand deal. I'm going to use that money. So I'm going to use $331 at $2,000 and throw it to my to that debt so I can pay that debt down. And then the next lowest thing is about $1,000. It was from a cruise we did a couple years ago. I had to take out a loan. I do want to pay that cruise off, if I'm going to be honest with you, but for sure the upgrade card is going to be paid off thanks to the brand deals. So you got to make sure you're paying off debt, because from what I've heard with being an entrepreneur, like I have friends that are full-time entrepreneurs, you have to make sure that you have what is that noise? Oh, lawn people. You have to make sure you have a security blanket of money, right? And so if you jump ship, like I know this is, people say jump and the net will appear. I hear you, but I want to make sure I pay down all of my debt so then I'm not in scarcity mode once I become an entrepreneur by December 31st, 2026 full time. Okay, so that's my second tip, is to start paying down your debt. So if you already have that LLC, start being strategic with the money, with the opportunities that you get. And this goes to the last tip. So the last tip is you need to have a strategy in place. So I've been doing my business for 5 years, and 4 out of 5 of those years, your girl has just been going with the wind. I'm an air sign. I'm a Libra, so it's not my fault. I'm kidding. But with that, it wasn't until late last year, I'm going to shout out my friend, who is also my business strategist, that I pay. I feel like that's important, because I feel like people think if somebody's your friend that you shouldn't pay them, but then how will that? I don't get it. Anyways, so The third so with Merlene, she's my business strategist. She has helped me come up with a strategy. Hence, you're seeing me talk about this, and I am so nervous, right? This is part of my strategy, and it's not even part of strategy. It's also a part of continuing to build community, which is something that is really important to me. And I realized, because a video came up in my memories a year ago. So if you don't already, we had to put my dog down, Maddox, back in February. So the same time that I got a new job, I don't know if I said this already, but I went from one work from home job to the next work from home job. Like, I'm literally doing the same thing, but I got a $10,000 increase in my salary. I get paid salary, okay? And literally that week, so much happened. We had to put Maddox down. I had an event with a friend. I did a self-love yoga event, and I started a new job. That all happened like within a week span in February. It was really stressful. And I did what I normally do. I was like, I'm going to post content. And it wasn't even a thing for like virality. It was just like, I was really sad. And I also wrote my email list, and I let them know, like, hey, this is what's going on. I want you to know I'm going to post my content because that's how I heal myself, right? And the amount of messages, texts from people I forgot I had locked in my phone, like, you know what I'm saying, was astounding. And that's something that I want you to reflect on. If you've ever had a hard, challenging moment in life, do you have people that can rally around you? The lawn people are now here, so it's really loud, but I'm going to close out. Do you have people that can rally around you? Because entrepreneurship is very challenging. Entrepreneurship it's also very spiritual. During these 5 years, I have built a relationship with God. I've come back to God, right? Through my own way, right? And so I wouldn't have known all of that when I started Leslie Does Wellness 5 years ago. But yeah, just to recap, the 3 ways that I balance being a corporate girly that is going to full-time entrepreneurship before December 31st, 2026. First thing is I have a work from home job. The second tip is I'm starting to pay down debt. And the third tip is that I am building out a strategy for Leslie Does Wellness so I can have a sustainable business that just, it works with my life. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.